Nancy Wheeler and Jonathan Byers have always been one of the emotional anchors of Stranger Things, and Season 5 Volume 2 finally forced the show to stop dancing around their issues and actually confront what their relationship had become. With episodes 5 through 7 dropping on Christmas Day, there was a lot to process heading into the finale, but one of the most surprising and talked about moments had nothing to do with monsters or the Upside Down itself. It was about Nancy and Jonathan finally saying the things they'd been avoiding for years. Their biggest scene together takes place in the Upside Down version of Hawkins' lab, where the two of them are trapped in a sealed room that starts filling with this strange, deadly goo. With no apparent way out and death feeling inevitable, they do what people in Stranger Things always do in those moments. They confess. What starts as smaller admissions quickly turns serious, especially when Jonathan finally admits that he lied about applying to Emerson College just to stay close to Nancy. It's a quiet but devastating reveal that highlights how much of himself Jonathan has been suppressing for the sake of the relationship. Then comes the moment that genuinely shocked a lot of viewers. Jonathan pulls out an engagement ring he's apparently been carrying around all season. For a second, it feels like the show is about to rush them into a happily ever after that doesn't quite fit where they are anymore. But instead of proposing, Jonathan does the opposite. He asks Nancy if she'll not marry him. It's emotional, awkward, and deeply sad, but also incredibly honest. Nancy agrees, and only after that do they realize the goo has stopped rising and hardened, giving them a way to survive. It's almost symbolic, like the truth itself is what saves them. What makes this choice work so well is that Stranger Things resists the easy fan service route. Jonathan and Nancy are popular, but the show has spent the last 2 seasons showing how much distance has grown between them. Season 4 especially made it clear that their bond was fraying, not just because of geography, but because they were becoming different people. Jonathan suddenly wanting to get married would have felt completely disconnected from that build-up. Their conversation makes it clear why marriage was never the solution. Both of them admit that their relationship was largely built on shared trauma. That connection is real, and it mattered, but it also trapped them in a version of themselves that no longer fits. Jonathan even acknowledges that marriage wouldn't fix what's broken, which feels like the most mature thing either of them has said in the entire series. What surprised a lot of viewers is that this scene wasn't just a pause or a we'll figure it out later moment. According to the Duffer Brothers, that UN proposal was the breakup. Jonathan and Nancy are no longer together, even though many fans didn't immediately realize it. The reaction has been mixed, especially among people who still hoped they'd end up together. But by the end of Volume 2, Nancy clearly seems to be choosing independence and clarity over comfort. Honestly, as painful as it is for longtime fans of the couple, this outcome feels far more earned than an engagement ever would have. It respects the growth of both characters and avoids forcing a romantic ending that doesn't match where they are emotionally. But what do you think? Did Stranger Things handle Jonathan and Nancy's breakup the right way, or were you hoping for one last chance for them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to share it with other Stranger Things fans who are still processing that twist.